Hello all, in this video we are going to briefly discuss questions of 2024 prelims of Indian polity. So it is set A. Let's have a look at the first question. Who was the provisional president of Constituent Assembly before Dr. Rajendra Prasad took over? So the Constituent Assembly. The Constituent Assembly was established by provincial assemblies. So the temporary chairman, the temporary president was Dr. Sachidananda Sinha, because we were following French practice of appointing senior most member, and he was a temporary president. Next question. With reference to the Government of India Act 1935, consider the following statements. First statement, it provided for the establishment of an All India Federation based on the union of the British Indian provinces and princely states. This statement is right statement. Next statement, defense and foreign affairs were kept under the control of federal legislature. So this statement is wrong statement. So let's have a look. Under Government of India Act 1935, there were powers were divided. So defense and foreign affairs were kept under the reserve list, which was directly controlled by Governor General. So the option 2 is wrong. So the right answer to this question is only 1. Next question. As per Article 368 of the Constitution of India, the Parliament may amend any provision of the Constitution by way of addition, variation, appeal. All these three words are present in Article 368 of the Constitution. So the answer is D. Next question. Which of the following statements are correct in respect of a money bill in the Parliament? First statement, Article 109 mentions special procedure in respect of money bills. Yes, Article 109 mentions. So the statement is right. Second statement, a money bill shall not be introduced in the Council of States. Yes, even this was mentioned. So this is a special procedure which was mentioned in 109 clause 2. Money bill shall only be introduced in Lok Sabha. So the two statements are right statements. Let's come to the third statement. The Rajya Sabha can either approve the bill or suggest changes but cannot reject it. So even this statement is right. Rajya Sabha can either approve or reject the bill. So Rajya Sabha can sit on the bill for 14 days. It can do nothing. After 14 days, the bill will be passed. So Lok Sabha has exclusive rights over Rajya Sabha on money bill. Fourth statement, amendments to the money bill suggested by Rajya Sabha have to be accepted by Lok Sabha. Have to be accepted. No, it doesn't have to be accepted. So the statement 4 is wrong. So the right answer is option C. Next question. How many delimitation commissions have been constituted by the Government of India till December 2023? So there were 4 delimitation commissions. So the answer is D. So let's have a little info about this. So the first delimitation commission was formed in 1952 and 63, and again in 1973, and again in 2002. There were 4 delimitation commissions were formed. So delimitation commission or delimitation exercise is a process of fixing number of seats or boundary or redrawing territorial constituencies of Lok Sabha and state legislative assemblies. So the answer is D. Next question. The Constitution 71st Amendment Act of 1992 amends the 8th schedule to the Constitution to include which of the following languages? So, in 71st Constitutional Amendment Act 1992, it is asking about the older one. So, Maithili was not added. All the three languages were added. So, the answer to the question is 1, 2 and 3. And again, there are 22 languages recognized by 8th schedule. So, Maithili was added. Maithili was added later in 2003 by 92nd Constitutional Amendment Act. So, the answer is 1, 2 and 3. Next question. Consider the following pairs. Bharatiya Janasangh, Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. Socialist Party, C. Rajagopalachari. C. Congress for Democracy, Jagjeevan Ram. Swatantra Party, Acharya Narendra Dev. So the answer to the statement is only two statements. The first statement and second statement are marked right, and the second one is not right. Socialist Party was founded by Jayaprakash Narayan, and the Swatantra Party was founded by C. Rajagopalachari. So both the statements are wrong. 74th question. Which of the following statements are correct about the Constitution of India? So the powers of municipalities are given. Municipalities are given in the part 8A of the Constitution. So this statement is absolutely right statement. Part 8A, sorry 9A deals with municipalities. From Article 243 P to 243 ZG. All these articles deal with municipalities. Second statement, emergency provisions are given in the part 18 of the Constitution. Even this statement is right statement. Second statement is right statement. Emergency provisions are given in 18th part of the Constitution. Third statement, provisions related to the amendment of the constitutions are given in part 20 of the Constitution. Even this statement is right. The part 20 of the Constitution, it contains provisions related to amendments, that is Article 368. So the next question, which one of the following statements is correct as per the Constitution? So if you look at something called as Schedule 7 of the Constitution, the powers are divided into three parts: state list, union list and concurrent list. So let's have a look at the options. Interstate trade and commerce is a state subject under state list. This is an incorrect statement because it is present in union list. It is an entry 42 of the union list. So this is a wrong statement. So let's have a look at the next statement. Interstate migration is a state subject under the state list. Even this is a wrong statement. So it is in the union list, not in the state list. It is under 81st entry of the union list. So the next statement is wrong. Let's have a look at the third statement. Interstate quarantine is a union subject under union list. This is the right statement. So the answer is C. So let's have a look at the next statement. Corporate tax is a state subject under state list. This is a absolutely wrong statement. Corporate tax is under union list. Next question. Under which of the following articles of the Constitution has Supreme Court of India placed right to privacy? So, in Justice K.S. Puttaswamy versus Union of India, Supreme Court has asserted that right to privacy is fundamental right under Article 21. So the answer is D. Next question. Consider the following statements regarding Nari Shakti Vandan Abhiniyam. Provisions will come into effect from 18th Lok Sabha. This statement is a wrong statement because the provisions will come into effect in 19th Lok Sabha. Second statement, this will be in force for 15 years after becoming an act. It is mentioned in the act itself that it will remain for 15 years. So this is a right statement. So the next one, there are provisions for the reservation of seats for scheduled caste women within the quota reserved for the scheduled caste. So this statement is a right statement. Even the provisions for women reservation seats for STs will within the ST category are there. So the third statement is right statement. So the answer is C. Even if you know the first statement, you will get the right answer because you will be eliminating the remaining ones. Next one. Which of the following statements about the ethics committee in the Lok Sabha are correct? Initially, it was an ad hoc committee. So, yeah, it was an ad hoc committee. Previously, there was a speaker called Balayogi in the year 2000 as first constituted ad hoc committee. But only after NDA government in 2014, 2015, it was made permanent. So the statement 1 is right statement. Only a member of Lok Sabha can make a complaint relating to unethical conduct of the member of Lok Sabha. Only a member. So the statement is a wrong statement because only a member. Anyone can make a complaint, but it must go through MP, and the complaint must be backed by evidence. So the statement is wrong statement. Third statement, this committee cannot take up any matter which is sub judice. This statement is a right statement. It cannot take up matter which is sub judice. So the answer is 1 and 3 only. Next question. Writ of prohibition is an order issued by Supreme Court or High Court to a government officer prohibiting him from taking a particular action? No. B. The Parliament Legislative Assembly to pass a law on prohibition? No. The lower court prohibiting continuation of proceeding in a case? This is a right statement because it is prohibiting lower court because it is going against its jurisdiction. So the answer is C. So let's have a look at the fourth statement. The government prohibiting it from following unconstitutional policy. So the government, it is mentioning the government, it must be eliminated in the first look of it. So if you are discussing about the types of writs, there are 5 writs. Habeas corpus, mandamus, third one is prohibition, fourth one is certiorari, fifth one is quo warranto. So these are all the writs of Supreme Court. So what? So each of this has a meaning. We'll be discussing about Supreme Court briefly in another video. So let's go to the next question. The governor of the state who recognizes and declares any community of the state as a scheduled tribe. So it is mentioning that governor of the state, it is not the governor, it is the president under article 342. So the statement is wrong statement. So let's have a look at the next statement. A community declared as scheduled tribe in the state need not be so in the another state. So this is a wrong statement. Oh sorry, it is a right statement. Need not be. Okay. Community declared as scheduled tribe. So if you must have seen many instances where a particular individual belonging to ST in one state is an OBC or a BC in some other state. We have been facing this issue. So this is absolutely right statement. So the answer is B. Next question. With reference to the union budget, consider the following statements. The union finance minister on behalf of the prime minister lays down the annual financial statement before both the houses. So the keyword here is prime minister. It's not on behalf of prime minister, it's on behalf of president. It is mentioned under article 112. So this is a wrong statement. So let's come to the next statement. At the union level, no demand for grant can be made except on the recommendations of the President of India. This is the right statement. It is mentioned under article 113 that no demand for grants shall be made except be laid before both the houses of parliament. That is annual financial statement, another name for budget. So the answer is B. Next question. With reference to Speaker of the Lok Sabha, consider the following statements. While any resolution for the removal of the Speaker of the Lok Sabha is under consideration, so if they have given statements, you have to find out which is a correct statement. So first one is he or she shall not preside. So the statement is right statement. So when the resolution for removal, he shall not preside. Instead, deputy deputy speaker will preside, but he will be present at the house. This is the main fact. Next statement: he or she shall not be he or she shall not have the right to speak. So this is a wrong statement because he can speak. When any resolution for removal is in Lok Sabha is under consideration, he can speak. He can be he's present and he could speak and take part in the proceedings as well. Third statement: he or she shall not be entitled to vote on the resolution in the first instance. So this statement is a wrong statement. So the answer is A. So let me explain this. When any resolution is in place, he is entitled to vote in the first instance. He is entitled to vote. So let me write here. But he won't be voting in case there are inequality of votes. Means he won't be having any casting vote. This must be remembered. So the next question: with reference to the Indian Parliament, consider the following statements. A bill pending in Lok Sabha lapses on its dissolution. When Lok Sabha is dissolved, and the bill is pending in Lok Sabha itself, then the bill lapses. So the statement 1 is correct. Next statement: a bill passed by the Lok Sabha and pending in Rajya Sabha lapses on the dissolution of Lok Sabha. So when Lok Sabha is dissolved, a bill passed by Lok Sabha, is not pending, it's passed by Lok Sabha and it is in Rajya Sabha now. Even it lapses. So the statement 2 is right statement. Let's have a look at the third statement. A bill in regard to which the President of India notified his or her intention to summon the House to a joint sitting lapses on the dissolution of Lok Sabha. So the statement is wrong. A bill which is notified or Lok Sabha is dissolved, but President has initiated joint sitting, so this bill won't lapse. So the statement 3 is incorrect. So the answer is 1 and 2 only. B. So I've already marked it. So let's discuss. With reference to, so there are 2 questions on Indian Parliament, right? Yeah, there are 2 questions. With reference to the Parliament of India, consider the following statements. Prorogation. There are actually 3 motions. Actually 4 motions. Actually, we have to discuss Parliament chapter for 1 hour. It's the most important chapter. It is the most confusing chapter actually. So adjournment. Adjournment is when presiding officer stops the session and he informs date and time of the next session. Is called adjournment. When the term of Lok Sabha ends, it's called dissolution. End of term. Prorogue. The word prorogue means to terminate that particular session. Sine die. Sine die means presiding officer, if he dissolves, if he uh, adjourns adjourns the house without stating date and time of the next session, then it's called sine die. The spelling is wrong. So the first statement: prorogation of a house by President of India does not require the advice of Council of Ministers. It is a wrong statement because President acts on the advice of Council of Ministers. If he loses, if the Prime Minister, backed by Union Council of Ministers, loses confidence, then he could act on, discretion. Then President can act on his own discretion. Only if the confidence is there is no confidence motion against Prime Minister. So the statement 1 is wrong. Second statement: prorogation of house is generally done after the house is adjourned. Sine die, but there is no bar to the President of India prorogating the house which is in session. This is the right statement we have already discussed. And the third statement: dissolution of Lok Sabha is done by the President of India, who, save in exceptional circumstances, does so on the advice of Council of Ministers. So this is talking about the dissolution. So the government can go for early dissolution as well. That is what it is speaking. He acts on the advice of Union Council of Ministers. So statement 3 is right. So the answer is C.